Welcome to Boys, episode 164. We are here for another week.
Another week.
With an exciting show.
Yeah.
In fact, we got to get right to it.
We do.
We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a very special guest. But first, a little bit of advertising. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as that golden donate button. If you like what you hear week after week, smash that donate button. Send a few bucks our way.
Smash it! Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify for all you youngins on that Spotify. What? Our kids
use Spotify.
I know, and I'm old as shit. You have to search us just all lowercase, all one word, Boys Podcast. Listen to all the episodes that are there. Leave a review on iTunes. Help us rise up to the ranks. Subscribe everywhere.
And literally drop what you're... Even if you're driving, just pull your phone out.
Subscribe now.
Subscribe to everything.
And then, guess what?
Then look back up at the road.
I want you to share this episode with a friend. Share us.
Well, it's going to be a very informative and funny episode, so I think it is important to share this one especially.
Email us at boys@boyspodcast.com. Shoot us a little bit of feedback with that physical address, and we will send you some stickers. Please.
Do it. Thank you to our sponsors, Anthem Brewing. Anthem Brewing.
That was kind of a weak crack.
That was
this
a
week.
Anthem Brewing, makers of the weakest cracking beer this side of the Mississippi.
That sounded like a fart, like a.
What it lacks in crackability, it makes up for in flavor.
Robbie, I went there this weekend, and man, they have a new delicious beer on tap. It's called. I like the name. It's the. Oh shit! My mind just went blank.
Super fancy.
No, it's the Lincoln. It's the Abe Lincoln.
They've had that one for a minute.
Pale Ale. It's very good.
What's it called?
What?
Damn it! I'm blank. I posted it on my Instagram. Anthem, I'm sorry. It's a delicious pale ale. A pun on the name Abe Lincoln.
Okay. Hey, Blinken.
Hey, Blinken, mind the rings. Go check it out at the brewery, only at the tap room.
FatBison.com, maker of high-quality wooden signs, furniture, knickknacks, things, and more. FatBison.com. Lastly,
Champion Vintage OKC. Thanks for all those that came out last weekend. Hell of a time. It's called Abe Drinkin'. That's the name of the beer.
Cute.
Champion Vintage OKC on Instagram. Check it out.
It'll blow a hole in the back of your head.
Good one. Holy shit.
Lastly, thank you for the donations and the feedback. We're actually about to come out with some new merch. I've got a prototype right here in my hand. We have brand new boys dad hats. You can be the coolest. Okay, here's the deal with these hats. They're black dad hats, you know, your Mac DeMarco style, low profile, long bill. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6-panel hat.
Is that leather on the back?
It is. It's got a leather and brass snap on the back. Very nice, high quality hat. However, I realized something when I got these hats in.
What's that?
This is a crossover item. This is going to appeal to fans of the show and gay men. Because
I like it.
It's a black hat and it says in pink, boys on it. And I forgot to put podcast on it. So actually I did that on purpose because I wanted it to be
I want one.
ambiguous.
I want one.
So share it with your gay friends.
Fuck it.
I think that this will be a big hit.
Dude,
hot seller.
We're going to sell them for probably, I don't know, how much should we sell these jokers for?
Let's say even 20.
$20. Cool. It's a high quality hat made right here in New York. No, hold on. China. Here it is. All right. Made in China.
Right here in China.
Hand printed
in America.
Embroidered in America by our good friend. So if you want one, we'll post a picture of it to our Instagram and just hit us up through the DM, slip into our DMs, and we'll get you one.
And we might have a new sticker coming out as well.
We got some. We got
designs for days.
Speaking of news, we have a brand new hotline. If you want to call, leave a message. We might play it on the show. Comments, concerns, criticisms, feedback, ideas, guest ideas, topic ideas, whatever.
I got one. Give us your best impression.
Oh,
I want to hear your impressions.
Yeah.
We know Robbie and I, we're so good at them. And week after week, we just bring you these high quality impressions. I want to hear yours, guys.
The highest quality. Call us at 405-582-0242 and leave a message, and we'll magically play it on the show. Last but not least, Josh.
Dude, again, we announced it last week. If you don't know, now you know. Saturday, September 28th, live at the 51st Street Speakeasy. We're going to be covering Enema of the State by legendary punk rock artist Blink-182 in its entirety, plus a bunch of other hits. And then right after that, it's going to be a Ryan Drake dance party, 90s, 2000s.
Which, let me tell you, these things are big. He ain't fucking around. These are big time events.
They're huge. The parties are huge.
You need to come around 9 p.m. The show's going to kick off shortly after that. It's $5.
$5.
We're going to play all of Blink-182's Enema of the State, start to finish, plus a bunch of other hits. We've been practicing our asses off.
And that's live music. That's a band, the 3-piece band.
That's
and we're
right.
going to play the album.
That's right.
Cool.
It's me, Robbie Ray, filling the shoes of Mark Hoppus, bass and vocal duty.
Me, Josh Montgomery, filling in for the Tom DeLong. Guitar, vocals.
And then we got Chris Van Dyne playing drums and no vocals.
No vocals.
Drums and cigarette breaks.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
what it's going to be.
Chris Van Dyne.
But come check it out. It's going to be an awesome time. Again, that's Saturday, September 28th, around 9 p.m., $5. We got the gear. We got the clothes. We got the talent. Kind of. It's going to be a great time.
I can't wait.
Thanks, Dylan.
I'm going to be there.
I hope so.
With bells on.
Dude, people are pumped. I'm
Yes.
getting a lot of positive response about this.
I am
People are
too.
excited.
And I think we're gonna have a little boys merch booth set up.
Yeah.
And we might even have some. We're calling our band
Little
Blink
boys.
405. So we might even have some Blink 405 merch or something. We're working all that out right now. But right now we're getting down to jams,
Nice.
and we're doing a damn good job of it, I must say. So come out. Whoa! No little boys.
That's 21.
That's
It's
what
a
you
21
just
to
said.
enter venue.
Just said little boy.
No little boy.
It's like, whoa.
Big boys only.
Little boy.
Big juicy boys. Without further ado, we're gonna get to the fucking show right now. Okay, we're here with very special guest, Dandy O'Connor.
Special. I don't really know about special, but thanks.
I think you're very special. So I want to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Oh, yawn. What?
No.
I don't think we have
Hey,
to go all the way
shit.
back then.
Hold on
I
a
was like,
second.
we're taking this back a little fucking too far.
And on that earth are plants. Some plants can be broken down into,
This is getting
let's say,
Compounds? Well,
Compound?
I guess a compound is more than one
Please
plant.
do not start talking about anatomy and fucking cells and atoms and everything.
but those can be ingested to help you naturally.
Mm-hmm.
You, my friend, you're proprietor of a business that sells such things.
Absolutely. I see where he was leading to now. Fuck that. That
It
was
was a long
perfect.
road, but we eventually got to the destination.
Okay, now before we get there, though, I want to introduce you formally,
Yeah.
Dandy. I met you through Dylan.
Yes, sir.
So Dylan has lived with me in the apartment.
Yep.
Behind my house for a couple years now. At this point, feels like
Yeah.
year and a half, 2 years, something
I
like
think
that.
it's been a year and a half. It was super weird. Like, maybe 6 months ago or something like that. It had to be like 6 months ago. I didn't realize how long I'd been here until Facebook was like, hey, a year ago you posted this thing. And it was like, you know.
Me and you butt fucking each other.
Don't you love those Facebook
Why
memories
did I
that
not
make you
get called?
feel old as shit?
Turn
Yeah.
on your notifications.
Yeah, I hate them all the
Yeah.
time. It was
Hey.
like, hey, 8 years ago, you looked better.
yeah.
Hey, thanks so much.
Hey, 9 years ago, remember that? Remember 9 when your hair wasn't gray as shit and you looked fantastic?
They should start including your weight.
Oh, that'd be super
That'd
fun.
be great.
Guys
When you-
all look good.
Yeah, you're like
I
a
would
buck
be,
50.
Yeah, I'd be burning down Facebook, wherever it is. I know it's a building somewhere. That's how the internet works, right?
Yeah.
It's all in a building.
No, it's all in the clouds.
yeah, it's a Facebook cloud.
Like Jesus.
Wow.
Speaking of, I just drove by. I
Wow.
went to go see the Gin Blossoms, the rock and roll outfit, the Gin Blossoms, at the. It was a
outfit.
The rock and roll outfit.
It was a
Outfit?
free show at a casino outdoors, and I drove when you're driving by over there. Kind of, I guess that's kind of South Side-ish, right?
Yeah.
I got to see the Amazon facility, and it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
The new one
weird.
that they just built off
Yeah.
the council? Really?
No, it's not council. This is a different one. This is over off of
fuck. Sorry.
44 and something or other. It's,
Okay.
it's soups creepy looking.
No shit.
Why is it creepy?
Just it was empty because it was the week. Well, no, it wasn't. I don't think it's open yet. It was a Thursday
okay.
evening, but it was lit. But it was kind of getting dark. It was like dusk, and the way the lights were hitting the building, it just felt like evil.
Oh,
You know?
totally.
Well, Amazon, Google,
Go check that shit
Facebook,
out.
not evil. Not evil.
I love them.
Well,
Beautiful. Wholesome.
Fuck yes. 2
Amazing
days.
company.
Fuck.
I have heard working for Amazon is whack.
Yeah. I had a friend that worked there and she said that it was the worst job. She was a puller. Like, because a lot of it's automated
Pulling
these
stuff
days.
up,
Yeah.
But she said it is truly the most cutthroat, worst job she ever had.
Yeah.
She said it paid well,
Yeah.
but she
But
said
what about the benefits? I mean,
she said the benefits were good.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I'm lucky enough to have gone back to college and secured a good job.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm proud of myself for doing it.
Absolutely.
I'm also very lucky. I feel like a lot of people bitch about jobs like they've never really had a hard job before.
I agree 100%.
I know people
daily.
I know people who bitch about the easiest jobs, and I'm like, you could be shoveling shit.
Absolutely.
I could be shoveling shit. I could be breaking rocks all day.
Roofing a fucking house
Hands
when
are
it's
bruised.
110 fucking degrees
Yeah.
outside.
Now,
Yeah.
having said all that, I wouldn't want to fucking work at Amazon.
No.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, there's certain things you'll deal with, and then you know, shit like that is like, it's so mundane, you know, that like it's just like, okay, grab this box, put it over here, 1,000 fucking times.
Have, you,
And
have you
then,
ever done order pulling before?
in a way.
Yeah.
So when I worked at I used to work for this place called EB Warehouse Services, and I delivered food and produce and like booze and dry goods to
Okay.
all the S&Bs, like, and all the Henry Hudsons. Well, in the morning, wake up, get to work at 6, and then I pull all of the orders that I'm going to ship
For
out
different
that day.
restaurants, yeah.
Yeah, and one of them was in the freezer. It was 19 degrees. You had to go in there.
Which was probably nice on summer days. It's like, there's some stuff I need in the
Dude,
freezer. Hang out there for like 5 minutes.
right. That
Or half an hour.
That would be when it's cool. Like, but when you get to work at 6 and it's like you have to put on like gear to go in there.
Yeah.
Then it's just like for an hour.
Not
like
cool.
an hour. Yes.
Yeah. I was an order puller for Hobby Lobby.
Ooh.
Again, paid well, good
Yeah.
benefits. You have to drive out to the middle of fucking nowhere. They were very stingy on your restroom breaks. Like there were cameras everywhere, and they'd be like, I got called in the office several times, being like, "You went to the bathroom 3 times yesterday." Yeah, dude, had to pee.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
That might be the worst when a job tells you when you can and can't piss.
Yeah.
It
Or
is.
shit.
Yes.
A grown ass man can't go take a piss when he wants.
do it in your
Yeah.
pants.
What I hear about Amazon is
Why
it's
they
not
made dependables.
it's not so much you can't. It's not they're not going. Oh, we're not saying you can't go to the restroom. You're only allotted 5 minutes, and the only restrooms on the other side of the building.
Dude,
so,
I have seen the inside of that fucking building.
It's
And there's
insane.
numerous buildings, but it is fucking huge.
It is.
It's like 6 football fields long. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure, give me some
Yeah.
roller skates.
I mean, at least
I'll be
you're
back in a second.
getting a little bit of a workout, but that's not what you do. You're a very small operation.
You own your own business.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was getting
Oh,
to. Dylan introduced me to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And by the way, guys, just FYI, I've one up on all you motherfuckers. Just
Oh,
I'm letting you know that when it comes to doing that type of shit, it's not an order pulling, but I loaded a truck, fucking UPS.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
And it was during the fucking summertime.
I
will
always
tell
just
you-
go,
Shit. I worked on PD9 in the Houston truck, which was an absolute fucking, it was a nightmare.
Was it a
Because-
job that when you woke up in the morning, every morning was just like,
Yes,
fuck,
back
this
to this
again?
fucking hell, because it's like, hey, I'm gonna go sit in a truck that's 120 fucking degrees and load packages all day. And it was funny because they have these packages called e-rigs. Well, e-rigs are the fucking anything over 75 pounds or 80 pounds. So, and people, it was funny because they just wanted to make sure you were doing your job. You know, it was almost like quality assurance. Let's make sure this motherfucker's doing his job right.
Right,
So
right.
they would try to sneak a package on there that went to another city, and you had to mark it. Like you had to make sure you caught it and then got it off the truck and down the chute to the correct truck.
annoying.
Oh, mother.
Wow.
Because you could have half the fucking truck.
Yeah.
And they would come by and be like, hey, did you get that package that I put on the truck earlier? Did you catch it? No. Well, we need to start. I need you to go up there and go check all the packages. You need to start pulling them out if you've already loaded it. I'm thinking to myself, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, seriously?
Yeah.
You're
That's some
shooting
shit.
yourself in the foot at that point.
fuck
Yeah. As a business, like, hey, I'm going to throw this wrench in the machine, fuck up my revenue stream,
Oh, yeah.
just so I could teach you a little lesson about paying attention at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a grown man needs to be taught a lesson at work.
Well,
Yeah.
You know?
I was 9. I was 18.
Okay,
I mean,
almost
I
grown
say
man.
almost grown man. I was, of course, considered an adult at that time, but shit. Dude,
That's the
I'll
kind
tell
of
you that.
people you don't do that to, though, as an 18-year-old, because you're fucking one. That 18-year-old kid is one breakup or fight with his girlfriend
Postal,
away
yes.
from somebody
Going
like
fucking
"Oh,
postal."
Did
Yep.
you get that package? No. Okay, you're gonna have to take all this out. I'm gonna shoot you in your kneecap, and then I'm gonna quit.
Or quit. Yeah. Or just quit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Cause of things.
It's hard to talk about that right now because,
Yeah.
dude, all that shit that's going on.
Well, I don't want to
it's
be put
like-
on a list.
No, and
you
I'm
know?
not.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
We,
bet I
we
need
meant shoot with the water gun because it's so hot.
fucking A. That's
Yeah.
what I knew. That's what you meant. I just didn't know if it was water or piss. I was just trying to figure it out. That's
So,
cool.
It sounds like a hot job.
Absolutely.
What was the hottest job you've ever had? I mean, it sounds like the UPS is a clear winner. for you.
Temperature wise.
God, it was awesome.
Oh, dude.
I got mine.
You got yours?
You go first.
I don't think I've really worked outdoors per se, like for a paycheck. I mean, I've mowed lawns and shit like that. That's always really hot. Dude, it might have to be that Hobby Lobby warehouse. You're working in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere. It's hot as fuck. Like, in the morning time, it's fine because, like, before 8 a.m., it's still kind of like, you know,
Dusk?
70. Yeah, dusk.
Not so bad in the
But,
morning.
dude, from, like, 10 to the rest of your day. I mean, I got off work at 3, so I can at least hop in the old car, go to the gas station, buy a 12-pack of High Life, and go home and crack one of those cold jokers open.
Oh, yeah.
Champagne of
Yeah.
beers.
But dude, just so hot. Just wear, and then you're pulling this fucking what do they call those things?
Dolly?
No, it's like a manual forklift that you just
noose?
pull
A
yourself.
hand truck?
Hand
Oh,
truck.
a
You pull
hand
giant hand
truck.
truck. You're going up and down these fucking aisles that are at least a half a mile long.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I never want to do manual labor ever again in my life. Too old for that shit. But it's for kids. It's for the kids.
Yeah.
Keep saying you're too old. What the fuck? You guys act like you're
How old
fucking
are you?
65.
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 37. I turned 38 in December.
I'm older than
So-
you, bro.
Well, what? Fucking 2 months? What?
Yeah, pretty much.
Seriously, I was about to say. I mean, I know Josh has honestly said he's so old, but I mean, yeah, you got some gray hair.
I'm 37.
He's a good looking guy.
You're 37?
37.
See, you're the same age as me.
Don't look a
dude,
day over
by the
50.
Way, you brought up the gray hair earlier, and dude,
Yeah.
fucking
Embrace it, right?
everybody
It looks
loves
good.
gray
I hear.
hair.
I
Fucking love it.
Ladies love it.
It's awesome.
When I say it's
Ladies
I'm too
love
old,
ladies.
I'm saying I personally have reached a point in my life where I've made kind of a mental list of things I'm never gonna fucking do again.
Is it like an
Because-
anti-bucket list?
yeah, it's the anti-bucket. It's like, yeah, fuck that, never doing that. Like,
Yeah.
if God forbid I lose my job, there's a bunch of things I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I could still physically do it, but I'm like, I am not doing that shit, and I'm not doing this shit.
Okay, Dylan, what was your hottest job?
Hottest job.
We're talking hot jobs here.
talking hot jobs. So
It's a stripper.
it's either the warehouse gig, because there was not really an AC in our warehouse. We had one of those giant gym fans that doesn't actually
It just moves the hot air around.
it just pushes air around and is very loud.
Yeah.
Like someone breathing on you.
Yeah. So that turned into delivery work turned into maintenance on buildings. So in the summer, I would have to get on the roof of these businesses and do AC work.
Oof.
And they're always white, right? So the light would bounce off the floor, off the roof, just right into my eyes. You know,
Like one of those old ladies that used to hold the
Hold
like
the fucking foil little
just
thing
like that.
to get a tan.
And it is either that or working at S&B's in the kitchen over the flat top. There was one time where our AC did go out in specifically the back. So it is like 70, 80 degrees in the restaurant, which means that it is like over 100 degrees in the kitchen.
yeah.
And I am the fucking burger champ. Like flipping the burgers. I'm over the grill.
Dude.
And that is just like, you're sweating bullets, and like I'm having to constantly have a towel on me because like I'm not trying to sweat in these burgers.
That wet towel rolled up around the neck.
Yeah, because like I will never fuck with somebody's food. Like no matter how much you deserve it, I will never do it.
right.
Well,
because
you're-
I don't want it done to me.
You're a better man than I. That's the exact reason why anytime I worked in a restaurant, I never worked in the kitchen. It's like,
Yeah.
but
better money.
there's a way that I could finagle around it. Like do you want to work in the kitchen? No, I'm sure you probably need me elsewhere. And you start at it's a lower rung, like either a busser or a host.
Yeah.
And you get really good at that, and you're like, can I do something else? Maybe make a little more cheddar.
Yeah.
Kitchen? Not the kitchen, no.
Right. Anything but the kitchen.
And I don't want to wait tables.
Yeah.
Oh, I could fold boxes up front. I'll just do that shit. There we go.
How do you work at a restaurant and do none of the things that restaurants do?
It's pretty cool.
That's insane.
And you get a higher hourly rate because you're not getting a tip out.
It's called negotiating.
It's called being a king bullshitter.
It's called
I think.
negotiation.
Dude, I was good at that shit.
My hottest job was, so I lived in Austin, Texas for a couple years, and I worked for this guy making these rugs. And I'm sure I've talked about this on the show before, but we made these rugs out of cowhide.
Fancy schmancy ass rugs.
Yeah, fancy, like high end. Like they were like $380 a square foot.
Wow.
And we were making like 20 by 30 foot rugs for people.
$3,000 rugs.
Oh,
Yeah,
$3,000
these
to $6,000 to $8,000, $10,000 rugs. I was making $10 an hour. We worked in
That math
Austin.
doesn't add up.
That does not add up at all.
No, it doesn't.
Fuck that.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, I was getting fucked.
But it was a small operation.
Yeah, it was only me and a friend of mine and the boss, who was never there. He was playing golf and hiding from his wife, who was about to leave him. So we were in a metal building in Austin, no air conditioning, no big fans. We had like oscillating table fans on the tables next to us.
Nah.
We would be and we'd be covered in sweat at the end of our shift and cow fur. Because when we would use these big pneumatic punches to punch out these shapes and make these big rugs.
Can I ask you a little quick question?
Yeah.
How often did you have to Drano your shower? Because
Yeah, no shit.
Weekly.
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
I'm assuming that just comes out in the shower because you're not gonna go straight to bed.
Well,
You're gonna...
it usually comes out in the shower, but we would also so once we built the rugs, we'd flip them over and then we would apply this we called it getting wet, but a different kind of
like a
the
spray
sound of
adhesive?
that.
No, it was like this compound that you mix up that turned into rubber, but it was like spreadable, and then it turned to rubber. But you'd get that shit in the hair on your arms and on your face. So then you'd have these rubber clumps on your arms with cow hair in it, so it looked like grandma's mole.
Yeah.
But like 100 of them on each arm. You'd have to rip them off.
So this middle-aged fat cat's making 10 G's a rug while you guys are sweating to the oldies to no AC and getting tarred and feathering yourself pretty much.
We bent over and fucked in the ass is what that is.
Yes. We would put out about 4 to 8 of these rugs a week, and there was only 2 of us working there, making $10 an hour.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah. I was young and dumb, but I thought, oh, this is a cool job. It's better than breaking rocks or shoveling. Actually, it wasn't. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, you probably could have gone
it's
to
one of those-
construction, would have been fucking better off.
They paid 12 at least.
It's one of those jobs where you can kind of lie to yourself and say that it's a form of art.
That's when I would go to the bar and try to pick up girls. I was like, oh yeah, I work for this artist who makes these high quality floor coverings.
The floor coverings?
Yeah,
That's how I pick up the pussy.
What do you? I customize floor coverings.
Customized floor.
Do you mind buying this round? Because I don't have any money.
Yeah. Well,
Reeks
that's why.
of sex.
That's exactly why I moved back, because I couldn't afford to live in Austin. So I was putting groceries and bar tabs on a credit card.
Yeah.
And I came home with my tail between my legs. But I had a really sweet B-stock rug to put in my dad's
Fucking A.
living room when I got home.
So they
that
gave you a
was-
souvenir. At least
Yeah.
you didn't come back empty.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
kick-ass.
my soul was, but
Soul.
not my floor.
Yeah.
So Dandy, okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about this, because there's a lot to talk about here. We're gonna switch gears for a second.
Brought you guys a little present, just FYI. It's
All
on the
right, let's
table.
kick it off.
It's
What
all
do we
you.
got here?
It's all
What-
you. Got 3 bags of
Oh,
green main
thanks, Dandy.
so you guys
What'd
go
you
into
bring for
town.
Josh?
Okay, so Josh, I got
you bastard.
you. I hope you guys enjoy.
It's
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
It's a rainy day.
I was just telling Robbie. A quick aside. This shit has changed my entire life. It makes my days. Well, I've been texting Robbie.
Awesome.
I ran out 2 days ago. I'm like, I need to get in there and get some stuff. You get so busy, get caught up. You don't realize that once you do something that kind of benefits you, and then you stop it, you could tell a huge difference of hey man, why am I irritable as fuck? Oh yeah, I didn't take my medicine this morning, so I feel very irritable.
It's true.
Well, so that's what I want to ask. So Dylan introduced me to you.
Yes, sir.
He said, hey, there's this guy that sells Kratom at a shop kind of by the house. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I had heard of Kratom. I had some friends that have tried it. I never had tried it at the time. And to be honest, I'm kind of a pussy. Like,
Oh, stop that.
I am.
No, you're not.
I'm not super exploratory when it comes to things. Like, I've done my drugs in the past.
He's a
and
habitual toe dipper.
I'm a toe dipper.
Oh,
yeah,
toe dip.
I'm a toe dipper.
Yo, TD.
So Dylan got some of this kratom.
Yeah.
Ooh. And my dumb...
I know. It's like it's fucking magic
I
or
know.
something.
No, my dumb ass
Sorcery.
got it confused with crocodile.
Oh.
What the fuck? How do you get that confused with crocodile?
Well, I know.
I'll say
I
this
know.
because
Hey.
at one point in time,
you guys are fucking...
That says a lot about you, Dylan. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know.
there was a point in time not too long ago, like fucking shit, like 8-9 years ago, you couldn't even buy it in a shop. You had to buy it online. I remember my wife and I were living with our buddy Wayne, friend of the show. Hi, Wayne.
Yeah.
And we were sitting on the porch, smoking cigarettes, drinking a beer. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna order some." We didn't even know how to pronounce it. It's like some kratom or I don't
I've
know.
heard several
Yeah.
pronunciations.
I'm like, "What's that?" He goes,
Can I get your kratom?
He's like, it's like a powdered form of like, kind of like mushrooms. Like, what do they do? He's like,
I
oh,
wish.
yeah. He's like, it fucks you up. Like, you can get real fucked up on. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. He's like, well, I'm getting a whole bunch of it. So him and a buddy get it and they take it and the next day I'm like, how was it? Like, nothing. I mean, I guess I felt good, but nothing happened.
Well, see, that was the misconception that I had
Yeah.
before I read up on it. I
yeah.
thought it was like a party thing. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's a legal high.
It's like taking Molly or some shit.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm going to take some getting fucked up. Yeah.
Which turns out it's nothing like that. And it's
Yeah.
actually quite beneficial. So when Dylan introduced me to you, I finally went in the store and met you. And I was like, man, this guy is a character. No joke, Dandy. The first time I met you, one of the first thoughts through my head was, he's coming on the podcast.
Oh, cool. Dude.
Seriously.
No, man,
Seriously.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really do.
100%.
I really do.
You're so Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You're so Irish, dude.
Yeah,
And here's,
the fucking fuck shit. Go.
here's the funny thing,
Cunt.
dude. I didn't know your last name until a few weeks ago.
Really?
When you told me your last name, I was like, of course it is. Oh my
Really?
gosh.
It doesn't get any more
Amazing.
fucking Irish than that. I
It's
know.
amazing,
That's what everybody
dude.
says. Like, really? I'm like, yeah. And your first name's what? And they're like, I'm like, it's Dandy. Oh, Sandy. It's nice to meet you. I'm
No.
like, no, it's Dandy.
no, it's
Oh.
dandy.
It's a dandy boy. Fuck.
When you
Amazing.
told me your first name, I was like, no.
Nickname.
No.
Nope.
No.
That's not
That's
it.
not right. That's not right. That is fucking not right. So,
Yeah.
no, what is your real name? I
Yeah.
get that all the time,
Steve.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've just never.
Frank.
You're one of a kind.
So yeah, so what was that like growing
Thanks,
up?
Bob.
Did having the name Dandy? Like where did you grow up?
Just imagine, think about it.
Where
Name
did you
like
grow
Dandy.
up?
get
Yeah, where'd you grow
fucking
up?
teased like- well, I grew up in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
I mean, I'm from actually Bethany. I've lived here pretty much
Oh.
my entire fucking life, which
Okay.
is kind of sad. Sorry.
Did you go to Bethany High School?
I did not.
Okay.
I went to PC West.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I actually,
I'm a patriot.
I moved all around Oklahoma, the city area.
Yeah.
But I actually went to Bethany Junior High. So I was like, man, what if?
Bronco.
What if
It was Bronco. We would have crossed paths.
we would have?
Yeah, it would have been destined.
Well, we may have cross paths. So when you were growing up, like what were you into? What were you doing
Oh shit!
as a young lad?
As a young lad, exactly. I was drinking beer by the time I was 8.
Eating potatoes.
And
Potato leek soup every day.
I was eating potato soup every day, and I was drinking whiskey and, sucking fucking titties and doing all that at the age of 10. So,
Hey, nothing screams Irish more than
Exactly.
sucking some titties.
Sucking titties.
Sucking fucking
Titties is
titties.
number one. Yeah, sucking and fucking. Those are the two things. But no, it's as a kid. I mean, I was kind of like every other kid. But I mean, I talk a lot. I mean, you guys you gathered that shit. I mean, in the time that you've met me, I learned to talk.
You're in good company.
Oh
Yeah.
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 You guys. That's why I love talking to you guys when you come in. I'm like, holy shit! It's the boys. I can talk.
When
Yeah.
I come to the shop, it sucks when I have to do it like during the week
Yeah, we gotta go.
because I work doubles and I'll pop in and it's just like, this sucks because I have to be at my other job in 30 minutes. But if I come by on the weekend, I allot an hour. Just if I'm gonna go over to see Dandy, I would like to have some time so that I can hang out and kick it and talk with you, because we're that's the that was the cool thing about your shop the first time I ever went, is oh, this dude isn't super fucking weird, because the other place that I would get it was this other place that also sold vapes and stuff like that. Really,
Yeah.
that shop is a hodgepodge of just bullshit. They're how much dumb stuff can we throw in
Let
here?
me guess.
Sure.
They still sell fidget spinners. One of those kind of spots, though.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Cell phone cases.
Definitely. And like,
We got
just
essential
like,
oils.
walking in there
Just like,
was just so awkward because it's just like, this place doesn't know what it is. And they're just like,
Well, and they probably don't know where they're getting it from or the quality
Yeah.
or all
No.
that stuff we're about to discuss. here.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
but then
I
when
get
I
it.
walked into your shop, I was like, this dude knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
appreciate that.
all we have is Kratom. And
That's
it's like, oh, dope.
What
This
is it?
probably doesn't suck. And
What
then,
is it?
yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've got green, white, and red.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
But that you basically, when we went in there, I asked like, so what's the you actually they were
And that's what I want to ask. So
Sure.
for people who are listening that don't know what it is or might have some misinformation about it, give us your elevator pitch. What is Kratom and what does it do?
Okay, well, it's
Who's your daddy? What does he do?
What the hell? Let me tell you a little bit about there, boys. It's changed my life. Just kind of give you a breakdown and what I use it for, and people use it for many different reasons. I mean, they do. It's it's used for me in particular. I've had back issues. I mean, for probably roughly 15 years, but I was a marathon. I really got into marathon running. So kind of give you a quick background. I'm a competitive marathon runner and triathlete, and I was for, competitively for about 14, almost 15 years. So it's on the pavement. It's a lot of hard, lot of pounding on the spine. You guys know what it's like. I mean, you run, it's like, well, shit. You complain of shin splints and your back starts fucking bothering you. I mean, you can do just about anything to your body, especially when you're doing it running like 100 miles a week. I ran in excess of 100. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I run 100 miles a decade.
People hear that shit. They're like, are you kidding? It's like, yeah, I'd run anywhere between 100 and 120 miles a week. And
Good God.
I took it to the extreme, but it was what I loved. Yeah. That's over 10 miles. Well,
I was like
he's
doing
doing
like
like 15 fucking over 15
That's a
miles a
lot.
day.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That was my hobby. So it's like everybody has a hobby. And,
Sure.
My dad growing up, my father was kind of my best friend. So I love my dad, and my dad was a diabetic. So, diabetes kind of runs in our family. My dad's dad had it. Hell, my dad's brother is diabetic. And, I think once a family member loses a leg,
Oh, yeah.
seeing my dad get his leg cut off. Now, this is a guy, you got to remember, he played Division I baseball at OSU. He was a scratch golfer, very athletic. I come from a very athletic family. And whenever he lost his leg, I remember thinking to myself, holy shit. Here I am like 205, 210. I believe it or not, I used to lift weights a lot, so I used to be really big. But I ate everything I possibly could. I lifted weights just religiously. And back, I ran the mile back in high school. And so it was kind of, I was kind of a runner at heart.
Right.
And I thought to myself, okay, I've got to do something because shit, my cholesterol was like fucking over 200.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit's not good.
Yeah, I had a lot of buddies who were into like weightlifting in high school, and that was the thing. They were like bulk up, but they weren't really doing it, I guess, smart. So just like eating a bunch of shit and it's like powerlifting, and sometimes maybe doing some supplements and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that can easily lead to serious health complications.
It's true.
Yeah.
100%.
And now, I mean, you're a slender AF guy, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I stay in shape just because Kratom has really helped me. It helps me in the mornings. I get up and run anywhere from 5 to 6 miles every fucking morning.
So you use it more for like pain relief, that kind of
I
thing.
do.
Explain exactly what this is for people that have no idea.
Absolutely. It's an evergreen tree that's grown in Southeast Asia. And now people over in, Southeast Asia, people have utilized this now for fucking well over 200 years.
Yeah.
So people think, oh, is this brand new? Because it's been in the States for a decade, maybe.
Yeah.
So people in the United States don't really grasp the benefits really. And we can talk about the downsides and all that shit later.
I would like to, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to talk about the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
I know there's both on everything.
Yeah.
Anything that's fucking terrific, there's always going to be a negative, aspect to it, or not even really negative, but some type of downside, I guess you
Right.
could call it.
Right.
And so it's one of those type of deals where, it's like I said, evergreen tree grown in Southeast Asia. They used to chew on the leaves back in 200 years ago. They used to take the leaves, roll them up, chew on them, and that was just a form. And and you can seep them. You can brew them into like teas. You can make teas out of it. It's part of the coffee family, which is really kick ass because I love coffee.
I didn't know that it was in the coffee family.
I didn't
That's
either.
cool.
Yeah, pretty kick ass. I love coffee, and I drink it in coffee sometimes. So in the mornings I'll get up.
I've done that too. It's
Hell
it's a weird flavor. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
throw some cream in that bitch.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of like some fucking flavor. So
Yeah.
a little bit of flavoring.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I love
it works.
love-
Actually, I googled that. I do that a lot before I mix any two things together that are like, I guess caffeine's a drug. So yeah, I was like, can I mix? Google, can you mix kratom and coffee?
Yeah.
And then this whole thing, I was like, actually, they're fucking bomb together. Like, hell yeah! So that's been my morning routine for quite a while now.
Yeah, I've been taking it daily for, months now.
Yeah.
Months and months. And I take a little bit in the morning, and then I'll take a little bit after work.
Smart.
And I just mix it with water and just down it. It's not the best tasting thing, but it's like anything that's supposed to help you. It's like downing any sort of like, I don't know,
Like a protein
Medicine
shake.
exactly,
Or something.
medicine or
Powdery,
shake,
yeah.
But I'm used to it now, so I just do it. And for me personally, it's kind of like a mood enhancer, and it kind of helps with anxiety.
It
I'm a
is.
pretty anxious guy. It also helps me with a little bit of focus. Now, it's nothing that you take and you're just like, God, it's working. But like Josh said earlier, if you're used to taking it every day and then you skip a day, which I do
You'll
sometimes,
notice.
you kind of notice you're like, damn, I just don't really have that pep in my step today.
You don't
And
have the drive.
now,
That's what I say.
What I like about it, and we can talk about some of the negative effects as well, but I don't feel like addicted to it. Like every once in a while, I'll just skip a day just to do it.
And that's good.
Yes.
You should do that.
Yes.
I advise people to do that.
When I do that, I can kind of feel a difference, but I'm not like, got any more of that kratom? So, I know there can, just like anything good or anything that alters you in any sort of way, a little goes a long way, and there's definitely a such thing as too much.
It does. It little does go a long way.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you. It's funny you mentioned mood enhancer. The smaller amounts is really just kind of gives you that burst of energy that you really need. I mean, truly, it's going to help with the pain aspect of it. I mean, if you take a little bit more, you're kind of diving into the pain relief aspect of it.
right.
But if you kind of just stick with the small amount, maybe like a couple grams, you're still getting a little bit of pain relief, but you're getting that kind of energy, that kick that you need.
Yeah,
right.
And that takes your mind away from the fucking pain. Let's just face it. I mean, people take pain medicine.
Exactly.
They do.
And a lot of it
In a
sometimes.
shit ton of it, man. And it's like, like the chemical aspect, you've got who knows what in fucking opiates. You've got about 5,000 chemicals probably mixed together and thrown in a fucking pill.
That are highly addictive.
Highly fucking addictive. Let me tell you, I took tramadol, and I'm just going to throw it out. I took tramadol and Roboxen for my back.
I've never heard of those, so I'm assuming they're very bad.
Yeah. I mean, tramadol is a glorified, it is like a fucking super enhanced Tylenol.
Okay.
Really. So it's not, they classify it with opiates, like in the opiate category. And that just happened recently before. I mean, it triggered the same receptors. So a lot like kratom, because that's kind of indeed what kratom does. So if you ask about the effects of the human body, it triggers the same receptors as, say, opiates.
That's what I've been trying to get my parents into it. I've got them into CBD, and they've started doing that. But my mom has been addicted to fucking opiates since she was in her early 30s, because she started having back pain. She went to a just a shitty doctor. It's her doctor, but just a doctor who's probably paid off by the pharmaceutical company. Just like, well, here's a bunch of fucking pills. Take them.
Yeah, like a whole bag of them.
Yeah, it's like just drop them, and then she's like gets addicted to them, and they go, well, we're gonna have to up your dosage because apparently it's just not working. So then it goes more and more and more, and it goes higher and higher. Oh, there's this new kind. Like, dude, the opioid crisis is real, and I've seen it firsthand. It's insane.
Very.
So things like kratom and CBD, like they can be used in tandem as well. Work for me personally way beneficially in pain. I mean, I'm not in near as much pain as my mom is. Jesus Christ, she's got like 2-3 discs missing from her spine. But yeah, it works. So if you're out there, give it a whirl.
Now let's talk about the negative things.
Yeah, you bet.
So when I first started taking it, I got on Reddit, and there's a subreddit devoted to kratom.
Sure,
and I wanted to do a lot of research because I was like, well,
that's good.
Yes,
You should.
I do research on anything, whether it's a new watch or a drug or anything.
A toilet paper to wipe my ass.
That's right.
If you're listening to this right now, please seriously do as much research as you fucking can before you start doing anything, but let alone kratom. Just make sure you research it. Read about it. It's a fucking open book.
Well, what would you say firsthand are not personally, but maybe people that you've sold this stuff to that maybe took it too far? What are some things you've heard, some negative things?
It's headaches. I mean, is one. I've had a few, and I do get individuals that come in that were. I mean, they took the opiate side to like the fucking extremes.
Yeah.
Like seriously, BJ's, you get your BJ's here, $25. I mean, seriously, they're doing things to get pills on the fucking black market, and I mean, they're crushing them up and snorting them. I've heard more fucking stories than I could even care to tell.
So people with like addictive personalities that might use kratom,
abuse it, not use it.
Take way too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, what's funny is like I was telling you about this like a couple months ago that I was worried that maybe I was taking too much because like I would take like 8 grams at a time, and I would take it twice, like one in the morning and one at night, just because like I hadn't stopped taking it for like it had been a long time. Yeah. But once I hit that 8 for like a week or two, I was like, I am gonna stop.
Right.
Just because
that's smart though.
Smart. Yeah, because like
Smart.
I didn't feel like I was like addicted to it, but I still was just like, but am I? Like,
Sure.
So
like,
let me ask, what did the 8 do? What kind of effect did the 8 grams have on you?
8. Well,
That's a good question.
So with 8 grams, essentially, it took me right back to what doing like 5 or 6 would do like now. Yeah. And for me right now, it is like definite like pain relief because like I haven't like completely fucked up my back or anything, but from like doing delivery and maintenance stuff like that for like 3 years, like from time to time, I know how to lift heavy stuff and I can lift heavy things, but every now and then you're not going to lift with your legs 100% of the time.
Look at that body. I can tell you fucking lift them heavy weights.
But
holy shit.
So like from time to time, yeah, my back gets stiff and like my muscles, like I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, and it's just so my back sometimes just sucks. So when I take kratom in the morning, like that pain just like goes away, and like stretching and stuff like that helps a lot too.
Yeah.
But also like I just am like way more relaxed.
Right.
Like a lot of my stress goes away, which is nice because
positivity.
Yeah, because like I've got a lot of like things that I'm thinking about a lot, and like sometimes that just can get really stressful.
Yeah,
and having like the pain relief and just like anxiety go away is like super nice and allows me to focus on like way more things every single day without getting overwhelmed.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you were saying, Danny, like, you can use it for pain relief. You can use it for, gives you a boost of energy. For me, it's like, that same kind of vibe of like, you get the best of both worlds. Could kind of get you off your ass, and then any pain you're feeling that you're like, well, I could go for a run, or I could like lift weights or do some crunches or push-ups, whatever, but my shoulder hurts. But if you get that kind of boost of energy and kind of a little more euphoric, like you feel positive, you feel like I'm just going to fucking go do that right now.
And
then you knock it out, and by the time you're done, like, dude, that's awesome. Because then you have the natural shit going on.
It really helps with the procrastination. No shit.
Oh, it's for sure.
Oh, dude,
and way better than Adderall.
Yeah.
Better for you.
If you take like some white or like white Ming Da for me, if I'm like, because I hit you up that weekend that we were like filming, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be up till like 6 a.m.
Try this.
Yeah, and you were like, here, take some yellow or take some red or something like that.
It was that yellow Ming Da. It's like, whoa.
And it like, when it gives you energy, it's not like, it doesn't feel like speed or
like
something where you're just like,
like your Red Bull.
Nothing like that, which is nice because like caffeine and shit like that does not do anything for me unless it's in the morning and I'm like fucking sleep in my eyes. Like if I have a cup of coffee, then I'm fine.
I can drink a fucking Red Bull before I go to bed.
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do shit to me.
But like some white totally
it does
helps out so much.
Well, that was my question because so there's different strains.
Yes, sir.
And then there's different colors
Ooh.
of the different strains. So
Colors of the
which
rainbow.
are which? Because I've mostly done the green. I've only done the green. I've never done anything else.
Sure. No, that's most people do. That's like whenever you walk into one of those
Is that the
head
stepping
shops,
stone?
That is kind of really it because
Yeah.
you walk into a head shop. You were talking about the places that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
And you walk in and say, "Hey, what do you got?" Well, I got a green, I got white, and I got a red.
We're out of
I
yeller.
say exactly.
out of
We don't
yeller.
have the yeller. We got what is it? Well, I know the green sells the best.
The green makes you feel good.
It makes you. It gives you the tension out of your cock. It'll really help.
All right.
All right. But
I'll
no,
take
it's
that one.
it's the but the green is
Yeah.
really that's what I mean. That's kind of people are looking for. 90% of the individuals that walk in the store, they're looking for some type of pain relief, but they're looking for that extra kick, that bit
Right.
of energy, and that's really what kind of the green strain brings to the table.
Right.
Whites, predominantly for me, and you can read all kinds of things online that'll tell you, oh, even whites are great for pain. And the truth of it is, the whites really are it's kind of a mood enhancer to me.
Okay.
It's really gives you, it reminds me of ephedra back in my ephedra taking days.
Yeah.
I remember people on here listening probably remember the ephedra.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah. I never took it personally, but I totally remember that word and being in the news. I think my mom took it back in the day.
Oh yeah. They had it even attributed some deaths.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's why they pulled it off the shelf. And I used to take Stimurex, which was like one of the leading ephedra pills, dietary supplements you could take. And this was back when I ran marathons. So here I go from 205 pounds, almost 210, down to like 145 pounds. And I can honestly say the ephedra really helped. But nice. It was a nice, appetite suppressant. It really does. It shuts it down. The white is very similar in that effect, that it does kind of help control it. I say control your appetite, but
Right.
it just kind of gives you that feel. It kind of fills you up a little bit, where you can go several hours without eating.
Yeah.
But it does give you that boost, that really nice boost of energy.
Okay.
It's a great mood enhancer. And like you mentioned before, Dylan, I know you talked about it, you don't crash. So it's,
Yeah.
I'm not drinking a fucking 24 ounce, monster.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
then-
going to die.
Like
Yeah.
taking a nap 4 hours later.
Hell yeah.
It just like kind of, it's so funny how no crash there is. Cause, like, especially when I take green, it's like right now, like I just took some. It's like, okay, because I just got off work.
Starts
Fuck that
twitching.
mess. And
Right.
so,
I
yeah,
just took some.
I just took some green, and it's like, okay, I feel super relaxed, like, which is nice.
That's
And
good.
it's not like I'm going to feel like shit later. It's just like, I'm still going to be relaxed, but I'm going to definitely feel
Yeah.
like I did before I
Right.
took it. It's like I don't feel like shit ever.
You won't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never personally experienced any kind of a quote come down kind of effect. It's like feel great. There's definitely like a peak of it where you're like, okay, I'm at maximum
Yeah.
right now.
Maximum
And then
chill,
and then eventually you're just like, is it? Oh, okay. Well, I guess it ran its course.
Well, it's
Yep.
like anything else,
Yeah.
it's like,
It does.
it's like weed. It's like everything else. It's like enough's enough. You can go overboard, but it's
Yeah.
not the plant's fault or the
No.
chemical's fault.
Yeah.
It's
No.
your own fault for taking too much of it.
Exactly
you know?
right.
And
I
you
was-
have to be responsible.
Oh yeah,
You're right.
I was reading online about because I want to so what's Mingda, what's Borneo, what's all the different, what are those all about? And what I found was apparently it's a new not fad, but a lot of people are taking it for like weight loss.
Yeah,
Like
they really are.
appetite curbing. Like I think the yellow and white strains are,
Great. They're great
For
for
that?
that. Yeah, they really are.
and they said that Mingda is like the best one for like energy boosts. But Borneo, you should stay away from because apparently can make you tired. I haven't experienced that.
Fuck, I love Borneo.
I tried
man.
Well,
Wake up.
I tried a
Yeah, no
Borneo, and man, I like it
I love it.
for one reason only: is it tastes way better.
Yes, it does.
Right.
I was just about to say that.
You don't get that
That's serious.
granular kind of a
No.
thing with it.
It doesn't have that bitter ass taste to it
No.
to me. It's,
Well, let me ask. So when did this plant come into your life? Like, how did you get to where you are right now as far as owning a business? Which I'd love to
Absolutely.
plug the location if that's cool.
man, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm at Keltic Kratom, which is right off of 3308 North MacArthur Boulevard, right here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Which we are right next door to Tornado Tattoo because we kind of set off of North MacArthur a ways. So people drive right by it all the time. And I usually have a sign out there, like a little kratom, Irish flag kratom sign that I usually put in the ground out there.
Yeah.
Except it's been so fucking dry that I'm serious. You would have to be fucking the rock to drill the bitch in the ground. So I just haven't. I mean, it's like concrete, so I just haven't had a chance to put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, look for I've got a big green kratom sign right in front of the store. Stop by. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I really do.
You're a very knowledgeable guy about it, and I think out of I bought it from a couple different stores before I met you.
Yes, sir.
And now
Absolutely.
like you're my go-to guy for that kind of stuff. I did want to ask
I'm your dealer.
you're my pusher, man.
Yeah, push that.
When did it come into your life? Like when did you discover it?
I mean, it's been probably going on almost 3 years. My wife, believe it or not, my wife really is the one that turned me on to it. And it was mainly because I've had so many complications with my back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say penis.
Oh, well, I've had some problems with that too.
You heard him say he's 37, Rob.
But
Hey, join the club, buddy.
I have,
Marshmallow and a coin
The
slot.
bitch curves to the left. I can fuck around corners. It's pretty cool. But about 3 years ago, my wife brought it home and she said, I tried the CBD and it does CBD. Hey, by the way, I'm not dogging CBD.
Oh, no.
So I'm really not. From what I understand, it helps a lot of individuals out there.
Helps my girlfriend a lot.
That's it.
A lot.
I've heard it's great. Me personally, I feel like everybody is different. I mean, everybody is different.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Even with kratom, it's different. But with CBD, it just didn't have that effect for me. So, and I spent a lot of money on it.
It's pretty pricey.
Oh, shit.
We had the owner of Summerland CBD. He's located in the Plaza.
Cool.
On 10 episodes ago or so, and super knowledgeable, super awesome guy.
Awesome.
And we went and picked some up from him, and it's a little more expensive than like your head shop CBD or your vape shop. I should say vape shop CBD.
Yes.
By the way, I would do a quick shout out for Summerland Wellness Boutique in the Plaza. They got they're doing more shakes and smoothies and stuff. It's bomb. Go check it out if you're ever down there.
But kind of same as you, like very knowledgeable, no bullshit. It's not the cheapest,
Sure.
but it's the best. And my
That's
girlfriend,
what you want.
we picked up a bottle of their they're unleaded, like they're no ethanol in this stuff. And it's truly like changed her life, where my girlfriend's really not into kratom as much, where I'm more into taking kratom in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because CBD actually does make me tired.
Does it really?
Yeah, which is great if you want to get good sleep. Take some before you go to bed. That's great. But yeah, everybody's different, like you were saying.
Kind of sedating. Yeah. I like it. Like I said, it was $160 on fucking CBD.
Right.
Took it for a little over a month. They said, you need to make sure you keep it in your system for a prolonged period of time. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to feel the effects after first use. And I was like, okay. So, but at this time, I've had so much sciatica. Sciatic nerve. I think a band. I know it does, man. That's actually a really good idea.
Sciatica. It sounds like a 90s suspense movie. Like Halle Berry in Sciatica.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a porn. That's awesome. But she brought it, make a long story short, which this has gotten pretty long. I think I've said that 6 times. She brought it home and, I've tried acupuncture. I tried the CBD, went back to physical therapy, spent thousands of fucking dollars on that. And I really wanted to get off the tramadol and the Robuxin because I had been on it for 5 fucking years of just taking that shit, and I hated it.
Yeah,
because I get constipated, and this is all the shit you don't want to hear about. But
Well, you also get to a point where you hit a wall with that. It gets to a point where okay, well, that's not working anymore. It literally destroys your liver.
It does.
So it's like, if I do any more than this, I'm fucking myself up.
That's the whole
exactly
thing
right.
with even with opioids. It's like you take it, then you build up this immunity, then you're taking double, then you're taking triple, and now you're super addicted.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And I've read about people that abused kratom and then quit, and they said there is like some withdrawals from it.
Oh, yeah.
But nothing like that.
The opiate side
Opioids
is
or
so funny you
hard
say
drugs.
that. The opioid or the opiate side, you're going to be on it for a prolonged period of time, and then now, especially right now, doctors are like, no, fuck, we got to take it away. Sorry, you can't have it. I don't care if you've been on it for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
They send you to a pain doctor. And that's what they're doing now. They send you to a pain doctor, and they give you
They just look at you like, yep, you hurt.
Yeah, you look like you got some pain.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you a week's worth of opiates, and I want to see you here in a week, and we're going to test your blood again, and we're going to make sure you still have it in your system. And it's kind of, my mother took, 71 going on 72, and she has rheumatoid arthritis, dude, like fucking terrible. She's got bone spurs. She's had both of her shoulders operated on, and she was on, just throw it at hydrocodone for 15 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a long
Seriously,
time.
a long ass time.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the first time my mother tried it, and this is no joke. I gave her green Borneo, and dude, I'm not kidding you when I say this. She did not take another opiate after that.
Really?
She fucking dropped it. She even took her prescription back to her pain doctor and said, "I don't need these anymore."
Oh, see, I would have just left him out for the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the generous thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck.
Mix it in with the Halloween candy.
Get on that Silk Road and
set up a table.
Come on, go down to the corner and make a
$10
few
a piece.
bucks.
$10 a piece. Shit.
Yeah.
Come on,
Dick ain't
kids.
gonna suck itself.
Exactly.
So
hey.
that's cool, man. So when did you decide to start the business?
Well, the business, it was kind of a weird deal. I say weird, but I've had Kratom from all around Oklahoma City. You know, I've tried almost every place you can possibly think of. Anywhere near my house, you know, I would just Google, find a Kratom place, go try it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've had some good Kratom, truly have. And you'll never hear me talk bad about another Kratom shop. I just will not do it.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you. Go right ahead. Fuck them. Fuck them. But no, but I've had some good Kratom, but I've also had I've had a lot of inconsistency.
Right.
So I'll go and get good Kratom one week, go back the following week and be like, what the fuck am I drinking? It's like drinking fucking mud.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to find a fucking manufacturer that makes the best Kratom I can fucking and I don't care if I have to pay a premium price. I will pay a premium price for good Kratom.
Yeah.
Because people need it. And, I know people are like, no, that's bullshit. You're not doing it. Dude, I price my Kratom probably cheaper, and I'll put mine up against anybody. And I price it under pretty much just about anyone in the state.
Yeah.
I've never seen it cheaper.
See, I mean, $12, dude.
And I've also never had better. Because, like, my little brother got me, like, he works at this, like, vape shop / dispensary in Sapulpa.
Yeah.
And, like, they have Kratom from time to time. He got me, like, this big bag of it for, like, a gift. And it was like, here you go.
Nice gesture.
Which was super rad. And like I used it for a while, and like it was good, you know.
Yeah.
But like for what I know that he got it for, like he got it for cheap because he like got it through his job.
Yeah.
But if I were to have gotten that online, it would have been a lot of money.
Right.
Which I'm totally down to like spit, but then it's, you know, quantity over quality.
Sure.
Well, you're doing like the cost versus the actual effect of
Yeah.
it. Like if it's not doing its job, then why spend the money?
Exactly. But like when I go to like get stuff from you, it's like an ounce for $12. Whereas opposed to the other place I would go to, it was half an ounce for $15.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
And it fucking sucked. And I was like, what? Because like one time I went there like relatively recently when I told you about it because you were closed. Because I can't seem to fucking remember when you're open, which is, your hours are fantastic and I always fuck it up. So I went there and spent like $4 more than what I would normally spend for half the amount. And I was like, dude, also this tastes like fucking ass.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
It is. It's like two guys, one cup.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
And
More like Kratom. Am I right?
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
That's a pretty good word.
pretty good.
Fuck.
it just sucked.
I didn't think of that.
It's easily the best I've ever had for the cheapest, like hands down. Like it honestly sucks going anywhere else because it's like I know this is just going to be bad.
Well, let me ask. So, the last thing I kind of want to bring up about Kratom is legality. You know, there's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of people
Absolutely.
that they hear it much like I did, confused it with a silly drug where people chew each other's faces off or whatever. Isn't that like from Russia or something?
Salts, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's in Russia.
Well, Florida. You know,
Which I don't know how you thought I got my hands on it.
I don't. You have your ways. I don't know. But,
have your ways.
but yeah,
Whoa.
I'm curious. So it's a totally legal substance here in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
You don't sell to anybody under 18?
No.
Okay, that was one question I had. Yeah.
Shit, because I get individuals that come in that look like I'm not going to lie, I had a customer just like 2 weeks ago. The kid, I say kid, he was 20 fucking 2 because I had to ID him because I was like, holy shit, you look like you're fucking 12.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wish I had that. I don't,
Right.
37 and I look like I'm fucking 60. So
now, come on.
I do. It's the wrinkles. I mean, I can't help it.
Got him.
Just sprinkle a little kratom on 'em.
Yeah, just I'd rub it on my eyes. Fuck, this is great.
Kratom powder.
Facial kratom mask.
moisturizer.
So it's
Kratom mask.
18 plus.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you can't get in trouble from the police for it or anything.
No. I'm glad you brought that up because I actually had a gentleman, this gentleman that comes in the store, frequents it. He comes in at least once or twice a week, and he did get pulled over. And he had it sitting out on the.
I was there when he was talking about.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He had it sitting out like on his, on the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess a cop asked him, what is that? And he was like, it's kratom. He was showing it to him and blah, blah, blah. And he looked at it. And I guess he opened it up and he smelt it and did all that shit. And surprised he didn't have a drug dog.
He went back. He went back to his car and like Googled it real quick.
Exactly.
The cop did.
Definitely.
Is this illegal? Fucking canine comes
Can I
in.
arrest this guy? No. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the cops have that app.
Pulls this guy.
Can I arrest this
Can I
guy?
arrest this guy? Pulls a gun out. All right, get out of the fucking car.
Fuck
It's
that.
like, well,
Yeah. He
but
did
Angel
say
dust.
something about how the cop smelled it and was like,
oh, yeah, this smells bad. It's it smells like shit. I mean, it smells like green tea.
That's all I was going to say.
So-
I equate it to it
shit.
like a very strong green tea.
That's exactly what it is. That's what I tell people because individuals come in, they're like, well, I've never taken it. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck, I'll just open up a bag and be like, here, check it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hide it. It's like, cool. I used to have jars. Like, I would let people come in. I even kept some jars up front when I first opened up so people could actually see it.
Yeah.
And they could, smell it and not taste it. But it's, dip your finger in there, throw some down your. That's been there for about 6 months.
Yeah, like a fun dip with your
fucking candy stick. You just
butt
fucking,
finger.
Fun dip.
that is fucking delicious. But yeah, it does taste bad. I mean, that's not. You can dive into, how do you mix it and you do all that. And truthfully, everybody kind of has their ways of doing it. I know, Josh, we talked about the coffee.
Different methods. Well, you also have these like the concentrated what are those
droppers?
The droppers.
Droppers.
Do you still have those?
I'm gonna get them back. Okay. It's a weird deal. I had extracts. So they make the extracts.
That shit was wild.
It is fucking nuts. It's really crazy. It's like taking weed. It's like taking the THC out of marijuana, sticking it, in like an edible or some shit. That's you're getting the pure kratom alkaloid.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is. And they put that in liquid form, which is cool. I mean, definitely good for energy. Gee, many Christmas, it'll hit you fucking quick.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes, you're like, wham! Damn. But I'm getting that back. I had a manufacturer that I used actually out of New York. And they changed their payment method. So it's like, well, damn, now I can't use Cash App. And I'm one of those where, if you have a credit card processors right now, if it's a low, and I know people know this because you're going to go to it's like a marijuana shop. And it's like, well, I got to take cash. Guys, I used to use credit card, but they consider this high risk. And it's a high risk industry. So it's kind of like marijuana.
Yeah.
So low risk credit card processors will not allow you to use their services because it's considered and now we could get on the debate and debate this for fucking hours, whether it should or should not be.
Right.
Because like I said, it's an FDA thing, man.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Let's call it what it is. So
Totally.
and then we can talk about how they're wanting to try to ban it over in Indonesia right now. The FDA's over there fucking trying to shut it down.
Even though it's been there, like people have been using it.
for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's just another way of them to shut something down that they're not making money from.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's
Like, hey, that's working for you?
I mean, it's the same thing
can I
with
tax the shit
medicinal
out of it?
marijuana
That's exactly right.
and even CBD. So it's
Absolutely.
like if Big Pharma isn't getting their mitts on it, they're going to
absolutely.
try to shut it down.
Yeah.
So besides running a kratom empire here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Dandy, what do you do?
fucking empire. Yeah.
I'm going to
Come on,
Photoshop
empire. I
like
got
the
one.
Scarface, but with a big pile of green dust in front of you.
People are going to come in expecting it to be like 3 stories high. It's like, man, what level are you? Where's your good shit? It's like, well, it's all right here. But,
Well, what do you do for fun, man?
oh, man, really, I have sex. Me and my wife.
Tight.
We do all kinds of positions. But no, it really...
All kinds.
We all kinds.
Lucky
man,
lady.
All kinds. Pile driver, fucking something. No, but that is absolutely just complete false. We have kids.
So you don't have
No, but you said you're married.
We're
so you
married
don't.
and we fucking have kids. So yeah, Dad, Mom, Dad, what are you doing in there? It's like, oh shit. It's like, oh, nothing. I'm checking Mama for moles.
We're doing kratom.
Yeah, we're doing kratom lines.
Wrap a Christmas present. That's my favorite one. Wrap a Christmas present.
I can tell you as a kid growing up, as far as what I do now currently, besides run a kratom shop, take care of, I have 3 fucking awesome kids. Truly, people talk about blessed, but I am.
Yeah.
I've got a 7-year-old, daughter, Tatum. I'm going to throw their names out there. Tatum, 9-year-old Tegan. And then I've got a son named Caden. And he's 13, and he's going through that 13-year-old fucking age.
Right.
Dude,
Yeah.
Holy shit! I don't even want to walk up to his door because I don't know what I don't want to know what I'm walking up
Just
on.
keep your distance, man.
We talked about that on the show before. Like, we'll talk about we've talked about experiences with our own shit of jerking off or finding porn in the woods and shit like that. And
Absolutely.
Then you start talking to guests who my son's 13 or my daughter's 13. Yeah, they're definitely doing stuff.
They are.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It
It's a
is.
natural. It makes you thinking back. I could think back to me at 13 and see yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
oh fuck.
The world was just a giant cum rag.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Just where can I? If I see even a glimpse of titty meat when I'm 13, I'm like, I'll be right back.
Get the National Geographic. I fucking saw a titty.
Totally.
No. That's the way it was. Hell, I remember going through my dad's dresser.
Yeah.
And I didn't, half the time I didn't really know what I was going in there for. I just saw my brothers going there like 50 fucking times and I knew they were going through the dresser.
There's something about the parents' room that you were drawn to. You don't know why you're going in there, but you're like, there's something in here.
Yes.
That I need to find.
It's a fucking light. It's like a beam light.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm
and you're
going
just
in
like
there.
a moth to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My dad was and still is very into motocross.
Yeah,
and he had
that's
this
awesome.
big stack of motocross, 2 big stacks of motocross magazines under this table in his bedroom.
Women all in them.
And well, not even that, dude. In
the
each
middle.
stack, right in the middle, turned around the other way was like a Playboy.
So you couldn't see the
And
spine of it.
and he only had a couple. And I would go in there whenever I had the chance and look at that.
Hidden in plain sight.
And
Million times.
I stole one from him. That was actually Anna Nicole Smith, a young Anna Nicole Smith, and I stole
It's a
it
winner.
and
Super
put it under
90s.
my mattress, thinking, "Oh,
He will never know.
the perfect crime," because he can't say anything about it. He's the owner.
Oh, no.
And I used it for many weeks.
Yeah,
and
you read the articles.
yeah, of course, I love the jokes and the cartoons. And then one day I go to my secret stash it was time.
Yeah.
And it was
the deed.
gone.
Yeah.
6 times that bag.
He
Going back to what you said.
stole it back from me.
So where you thought he couldn't say anything, now you can't say
say
anything.
shit.
Yeah. But you have that
Crisscross.
knowing look at each other like, yeah.
Makes you want to jump.
We were we were both pawns in each other's jack-off game, basically.
now you know.
It's all
Dad,
good.
where did that Playboy go? Damn it, I had it sitting in my room.
It's like, well, now you're grounded because you're dumb and said stuff.
And Daddy's got some blue balls.
Yeah.
So he needed
Why
it
are
back.
the fucking pages stuck together, you little son of a bitch?
This was a special edition.
Well, my dad had like he literally had like 1970s. I think back even to 60s, my dad he had a subscription to Playboy. He always kept it in the
was like a
hallway.
thing.
It was.
No.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. He had it in matter of fact, you walk out of my bedroom and it's right there. You turn, you take a left, open up the fucking cabinet drawer and it's right there.
Huh.
So it was kind of like, yeah, thank you. Bonus.
Yeah,
Shit, I'm
thanks,
gonna
Dad.
grab that fucker at about 2 in the
rad.
morning.
But
He'll
you're-
never know.
Yeah.
But I kind of like your dad's mindset of it. It's
Hidden in plain sight.
it's a distinguished magazine.
It is.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for gentlemen.
It's it's
Gentlemen
not
only.
it's not your Hustler or your Cherry where they're just spreading their shit open and being like or pissing. First time you ever see piss in a magazine?
Oh, yeah.
That flipped my wig,
class.
dude.
I was like,
That is
what?
class.
Why are they doing that?
Class.
What is
pure
that
class.
about?
And now I have issues. So thanks,
What
Dad.
is this
Yeah.
girl doing shitting on her chest? What the fuck?
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah.
God. Now I'm getting hungry. God.
What? Jesus
making me hungry. No, but you're right. But that, yeah, so I was a kid. I mean, but yeah, the 13-year-old, you know, and it does. It takes you back to your youth. It's just like, oh shit. And you try not to embarrass them, you know, because
totally. You don't want to create some sort of deep-seated issue or a hang-up or something like that.
Where he feels so uncomfortable, he doesn't want to talk to you, you know, and I'm not the one. It's weird because it's the birds and bees talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to experience that, but it's not like I want my wife, hey, you know, why don't you go talk to your son about jacking off?
Right.
I really don't feel like it.
Have you had that talk?
job.
That's,
Have you done the talk yet?
We have, because I found a bunch of porn on his fucking phone.
See, that's the thing. So when we were kids, we had to either steal it from our dad's stack,
find it in the woods,
find it in the woods on the side of the road, or like you do like a trade of like someone will tear a picture out of their dad's porn and you get to borrow it for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Now every kid has one of these, and you have instant
Filled
access
with
to
porn. Brimming with porn.
Brimming with porn. You don't have to pay a dime.
Fingertips.
Yeah.
It's at your fingertips.
Dude,
See,
I would
even if
never
you
leave
hide
my room
from
at
it.
13. I would just be in my phone would always be hooked to a battery because it's gonna die.
Right.
Yeah.
Just charging.
Well, see,
You
when I
sound
was
just like my brother.
younger, when I was like 13, probably like 13 or 14, like I never got the experience of finding anything in the woods. We did have like the back of the bus, like picture swap, you know, 2-3 times, but I had LimeWire and a computer in my room.
Yeah, so you were like a kid.
Yeah, and like,
you.
but I like LimeWire did this real cool thing where they let you preview the videos before it was finished downloading.
Yeah.
So I'd wait until I got about halfway, and then
Just enough for a squeeze.
and then it's just like I'd watch it as it was downloading, and then so it wouldn't delete it before it got finished, so it would never actually download it on my computer. But that's just what I was doing all the time,
Right.
Like, every single day.
Makes sense.
But that's
because
that's
I
a
got
lot
to
of
go-
buildup, though, man. That's a lot of like, are you like rolling it or like slightly cranking it while you're waiting? Like, I don't want to waste it, but I want to be ready. I want to be ready.
And that's where young Dylan learned to edge.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm just like sitting in my computer chair, just like completely nude.
Dude, bare ass on a computer chair.
Jesus.
How many times?
Oh, I've
dude,
done
dude.
it. I've
yeah,
done it.
because I had a good 2 hours before my parents got home every day of the week. And
Happy
yeah,
hour.
dude.
And then you had a friend that comes over and sits in that chair, and I go, dude, did you fart?
Yeah.
It smells
That's
shit.
what-
Oh, my bare ass. That's the only time I sit in this chair is when I don't have pants on. So yeah.
Kids are gross, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kids
Yeah,
are
they
gross.
are.
And we were all gross.
Disgusting.
I don't say that in
dude.
like a shitty way. I mean, like,
No.
we were all gross kids.
Absolutely.
And
we had dial-up, dude.
Yes.
I had fucking dial-up, man. So everything would freeze, and then my mom would open up the fucking door. No, I did not have a lock on it. And I know you're thinking, well, why didn't you have a lock? It's like,
No,
because-
I didn't have one either.
Yeah, me either.
When you put a lock on your door, you're basically just telling them.
Yeah.
Because there's shame involved. Like, I don't want them to know that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if I put a
Just have to
lock
be
on it, yeah.
Crafty.
What are you doing in there?
Well, my
Cutting
parents were also the
fast.
kind of parents that would do, like, if your girlfriend's over and you're in your bedroom, leave it cracked. Leave the door cracked. Oh, come on.
Dude, that might have been the worst thing to hear as a teenager. Leave that door. Leave it cracked.
Yeah.
Leave it cracked. Oh, I'd be like, no.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking want to leave it cracked.
I don't want to leave it.
Why don't you leave your door cracked, Mom?
I don't
Dad?
want to leave it. She was going to blow me. Finally.
I ask what you do for fun because I did something new last week that I've never done before.
What was that?
Anal. No, I went to. It hurt.
Let me tell you personally.
It hurt like hell.
I went to a gun range for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Now I'm a big free speech advocate. I'm a big Second Amendment advocate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I went and exercised that right.
God-given right.
for you.
I went to H&H gun range down here, and
H&H is fun.
Right
That's
there
a
off of
good one.
40.
it's an awesome
It's a good one. Yeah.
They
Really
do guns
is.
and bow and arrow too.
Archery,
right? Yeah,
yep,
archery.
they do
Yep.
archery, they do guns. You can rent guns there, so
Yes,
you
you
can
can.
rent like all these cool guns and
Cool
shoot.
guns.
And what's cool about it is it's super cheap. Like I didn't rent a gun. I brought one.
Brought your own.
But it was $11 for an all-day pass.
No shit.
Yeah, you can-
$11?
And you can bring your own ammo. So if you find a good deal on some ammo, or you have some ammo and you want to go shoot your gun or your dad's gun or whatever,
That's
or
nuts.
even if you want to rent one, It was $11 and then $2 for that target right behind you. As you can see, for a first time at a
It has
range.
no fucking bullets in it.
I didn't do too bad.
Oh damn! Never mind.
That's 100
Shit.
rounds in there, and I missed once.
Dude,
Right to
I'm
the right
impressed.
of the head there.
I'm impressed. What, that target was, 5 feet away?
15 yards.
Oh,
with a
15.
pistol.
Oh,
Yeah.
with a
Nice.
pistol. With a pistola.
Laser sight.
Oh,
It was dope. I felt like a real
Damn.
Terminator.
Well, you have to hit it
in
with a
there.
laser sight. You
Yeah.
got a laser sight and you don't hit the fucking target, you're going to look like an idiot.
You should own a gun.
You don't own a gun.
Yeah. But I went, and I'll tell you what, two takeaways. Number one, huge stress reliever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just felt good, loud as fuck. I went on a Saturday afternoon around 2:00, and it was packed. Like I had to wait for a lane, and they have like 30 lanes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Packed. But luckily, when I got there and checked in and everything, there was a guy finishing up, so I only had to wait about 5 minutes. But when I left, there was a line of people waiting.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then the second thing, so great stress reliever, number one.
Cool.
Felt really good. Number two, the loudest experience of my life.
Yeah.
And I've been to a lot of rock concerts.
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of loud drummers, a lot of things like that. Worked in like machine shops and things like that, or
Yes.
around that kind of machinery.
Nothing like that.
Where you're sharing like,
Well, you have to wait 2 seconds between every round. No rapid firing.
Yeah.
No rapid firing. But so I'm shooting a 9mm. Pretty loud. It's a smaller 9. Pretty loud. Whoever was next to me was shooting a fucking battleship cannon. And it was a pistol because you could kind of see through the cracks. So I could see them holding up a pistol, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Was it a revolver?
It must have been like a 45 or
Fuck,
something.
like a Dirty Harry.
Yes, because every time they shot that thing, I could feel the blast waves off of it.
Jesus.
Like it shook my teeth.
So the guy was getting ready for a fucking elephant hunt?
Yes.
And that's
Yeah,
what you didn't
right.
know?
Exactly. He was actually Turok, the dinosaur hunter.
And
He
for
was
those-
training.
For
Yeah.
those animal conservationists out there,
Yeah.
I mean no disrespect whatsoever.
Nah, fuck
just,
elephants.
fuck them. We need their ivory. We need it.
so what
No.
was your experience like? What would you say was it like a mishmash mix 'em up of people?
Yeah, it was a lot of people that you would expect to be at a gun range. A lot of Crocs.
Oh,
A lot of American flag
Crocs
regalia.
Sucks.
I'm
Crocs
sure
sucks.
there's probably some sort of a Venn diagram bleed over of who I saw at the rock and roll live show this weekend.
Absolutely.
Same kind of people.
But yeah, just to wrap that story up, it was super fun. If you're interested in something like that at all, I would definitely recommend it just for the stress relief. Like
Yeah.
the funny thing, the third takeaway, I guess, is so I shot 100 rounds, and which took me all of 30 minutes to do because I had to keep reloading the clips, But the next day, my wrists were so sore from just holding that pistol and shooting. You don't think it's that big of
It's
a
like
deal.
you jacked off 20 times the night before.
I was gonna say, so you felt like you were 13 all over again.
Exactly.
So did you use the extended clip?
I did. So yeah, I had
That's tight.
8 in the clip and 1 in the chamber.
So you
every
had
time.
18 in the clip, 1 in the hole.
Ooh.
8 in the clip, 1 in the hole.
Are we still talking about shooting guns, boys?
Yeah.
Start talking about
That's my
holes.
sperm count.
I got 1 in the 2 in the
God.
pink and 1 in the stain.
Oh yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You had a little fun this weekend too.
I did. I went to a rock and roll con. I went to like I said earlier in the show. I went to that Jen Blossom's rock and roll show. It was very weird. It was free. I didn't know what to expect. You go into one of those things, you're like, well, it's a free show at a casino in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume there's going to be a lot of sleeveless tees, older gentlemen, but a lot of people my age. I mean, Gin Blossoms were big in like the mid 90s. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting the median age to be like 35 to 45. And it wasn't. It was older. We walk in, and Wakeland was just wrapping up their, boy, they were on fire.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
Real barn burner.
Wakeland?
Real
Oklahoma
barn burner.
boys.
Oklahoma boys. They sound like any generic 90s alternative band. Throw that in a little pot and give it a stir. That's exactly what they sound like.
Mm-hmm. Been
So-
doing their thing for a long time.
So usually when you walk into an outdoor event, there's a security guard that like waves you. Nope.
No wanding? Really?
Nope. I walk right through. There's a fence.
Damn.
Walk right through the fencing, and then some girl just hands me a $10 free play thing for the thing. I'm like, you see my ID or anything? Nope. Okay. And you walk in. Thank you.
You look like a normal guy.
So there's like a little mini bar they put up, and then the beer tent, and then the crowd. The crowd is made up, no joke, entirely 100% of the people sitting in camping chairs, folding camping chairs.
Wow.
Nary a person standing, and it's like it's a sea of people
Just sitting.
Weird.
just sitting,
Just having a seat.
having a sit. So I go get my wristband, I go get my beer, get some grub, and we're like, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring a camping chair because
sorry.
I am not a fucking old. See now I'm not old.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
See, it
I
just
wanted
depends
to
on who
say
you're
that.
around.
You stand at a concert, guys. You don't sit.
What does that tell you about today? What does that tell? What does it tell you about society? And I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm talking about a lazy ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
get your ass up and let's watch this concert.
You want to know why? It's not like it was an all-day event. There were 2 fucking bands. You're going to be standing around for maybe 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stand, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say percentage of people sitting versus people standing?
98% sitting,
Really?
2% standing. Dude,
God.
it was everyone was standing.
And I'm assuming they're those like fold-up chairs you get at Academy that go in the bag over
with
the
they
shoulder.
have the little cup holder in one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
arms.
Classic cup holder.
Well, I saw one gentleman, because I can only see him. Total dick move. Have you seen these giant oversized ones?
Yeah, you look like you're in Pee-wee's Playhouse. They're
Yeah.
like massive.
Well, this joker plopped 2 of those close to the front, just blocking all these people's view. You know, a lot of Sandras, a lot of Tabithas, Tammys, you know, Crystals. I'm sure walking around. It felt like I saw
A lot of Tammys, Tinas, Trishas.
So I feel like we've all heard of the simulation theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there's any proof for it, it would have been at that show.
Yeah.
You know when you play a video game, like
Yeah.
a Tony Hawk Pro Skater, or to name your game, you have your avatar, but you can change their attire.
Right.
So it's the same thing, but there's a little something different.
Slight variations.
I feel like I saw 230 of the exact same people, just slight variations in wardrobe.
Yeah.
No joke. It's like, I swear to God, that lady was wearing a
Yeah.
tube top. Now she's wearing a Hank Williams Jr.
Really?
Okay.
Oh.
Weird.
Where do you do that? You just go to
it's
the nearest
so-
porta potty and just
Dude,
got it in my back pocket.
it was weird. It was just a bunch of drunk old, it's a night out,
Yeah.
you know? Minimal security. It was
Everyone's just old, I'm sure, all white, you know, just like,
But probably all
everyone's just
packing.
like hanging. It's just like, we sit at concerts, like, you know, just like we
Yeah.
only drink
Dude.
Bud Light.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. We made a joke. It was me, Jake Bone, and Jake Barrow. We made it's live music. People that just go for the sake of seeing live music.
Yeah.
It was mostly white.
Yeah.
90% white people just watching live music show. But
Good times. So
good times.
How was the show?
dude, Gin Blanc. I was a little worried.
Yeah.
They killed it, man.
Great.
They really killed it. The singer, his fucking golden voice god, sounded so good.
Awesome.
It was a good show.
So you had a good time.
I had a great time.
And you could see pretty well other than large chair
Well,
man.
we walked as
annoying.
far back as we can go
that's so
behind the
dumb.
sea of people sitting in their damn chairs and got a good angle. But so I guess they put out a new album.
Oh, great.
Wow.
So the whole set was top heavy new jams. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
All the hits were at the very end. I don't know what they were doing.
Okay.
Motherfuckers, you got into this shit for free.
You're going to hear our new
You're
stuff.
gonna hear our new shit. And you're gonna stay for Follow You Down and all the hits.
Yeah.
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 What's that called when they get a bunch of people together? A focus group.
Focus
it's
group,
like,
yeah.
It's like a
Jim
forced focus group.
Forced focus
Jim
group.
Blossom's focus group.
And you better clap to these songs. If not,
We're off this stage.
Yeah.
We're going to play for
Kiss
4
my
hours,
ass.
and you're going to sit there and enjoy it.
So how
For
was
sure.
the new Jim Blossoms?
it's honestly sounded a lot like old Gin Blossoms, but I didn't know what they were, so I was like, "Get to it,
Yeah, seriously.
wrap it up, B."
Well, speaking of wrap it up, we got to wrap it up here soon. Dandy, I just want to know if you had any closing thoughts or anything you wanted to talk about before we wrap it up.
Man, I just appreciate you guys having me on. It was awesome.
Well, dude, I
Sure,
appreciate
let's
you
kick
coming
ass.
by, man. We really appreciate it. And yeah, go see Dandy. He's a good guy, very knowledgeable.
Please do.
You're the type of guy that I feel like you never met a stranger.
Oh, well, that's what everybody says. I'm like my dad. My dad was that way. So it's because I like people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
Right.
genuinely like people.
Yeah.
So I just want, integrity goes a long way with me. So you won't get any bullshit.
You got some characters over there from
I
time
like
to
it.
time too, which is pretty fun.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, the other day I was like Josh shows up and my wife, I told him, I said, dude, I can't go do this because, my wife's, fucking she's got to go. She's got a call night, blah, blah, blah. And Josh shows up. And then here comes my wife. My wife walks in and I go, oh, fuck, he's going to think I was like fucking lying. She's like, well, I got to get some Kratom before I go do call night. I said, Amanda, I thought you were supposed to be done with call night like at 7:30.
Yeah.
Or 6:30. She goes, no, we start call night at 6:30, motherfucker.
Oh, God.
And I looked at her and went, whoa. I was like, all right, well, fuck, here's your Kratom. She's like, I need Kratom. And she goes, I came by for some Kratom because I haven't had any all day. And she goes, I've got a fucking headache. My wife suffers from huge headaches, and she takes this stuff called Trokendi. Mm-hmm. And so she uses it for her headaches. And she goes, I came by for my Kratom. I said, okay, here's your Kratom. And she just bolted.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, peace. I'll see you later about 9 o'clock tonight.
She's a lovely lady.
Oh, well, thank you.
From hearing
Appreciate
about
that.
some of the shit that she has to put up with at her job, it sounds
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Like you need that Kratom.
She
Yeah.
does. She does.
Yeah.
Man. She works her ass off.
So we had a little. Personally got an addendum from Henri Bailey from the Speakeasy. So we proposed a question. How many episodes ago?
Probably three or four.
If you just had to fuck an animal.
So set the scene here.
Jesus, here we go.
So I'm at work. I'm working the bar last weekend, and Henri works with me, and he kind of taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, man, it's not that I want to fuck an alien. It's that it shouldn't be. Would you fuck an animal? It's what would you fuck that was non-human?
Okay, so he's opening it up a little bit.
Opening up a little more.
All right.
He's like, because an alien is really not a human being. It is an other entity. So non-human.
So he went with alien?
He's still going to stick with alien because it's a non-human.
Okay, so I'll tell you
100%.
what. So we're going to open this discussion up again for another week. Boys at boyspodcast.com. You can call the hotline at 405-582-0242. Let us know. We're going to open it up.
Yeah, celestials, whatever.
Donkey.
So let's
Still
go.
sticking with donkey.
All right, let's go around the table. Dandy, you're first. You're saying
Well, it's donkey because they've been giving it to fucking women for how long? I mean, they've been doing donkey shows.
a little revenge.
It is. It's a revenge fuck. It's like, you know what?
Donkey!
You bastards have been fucking girls for how long now? And people capitalize on it. I know
Right.
what happens down in
Yeah.
Mexico quite often. Not
Yep.
only that, I'm a little jealous of what they're packing.
True.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing a reach around and I'm grabbing their shit
There you
and
go.
I'm going to rip it the fuck off
There
while
you
I'm
go.
back there plowing.
So
it.
it's a hate fuck.
It is.
All
It
right.
is. I'm going to put the eyes in it.
You sticking with your old answer, or since we've opened it up to anything under God's sun?
Non-human.
I'm going with alien 100%. Are you serious?
That's a
Like
good one.
anything with like tentacles?
It's a goodie.
Well, see, I guess
In space?
I guess mine would be the
About it.
same, but it's a specific.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why this was a thing for me as a kid. You remember the movie Cocoon?
Oh, yes.
So
Oh,
the
yeah.
golden orbed alien creatures from Cocoon. That.
very
That
sexy.
woman.
Dude, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
That shit, I was super turned on by that
It was
one.
hot.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah.
That chick was
Excellent.
hot, actually.
Excellent. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Whoa. What about you?
Come on.
Are you
it's a
sticking with
given,
the same
dude.
thing?
Alien?
An avatar.
Oh, duh.
Come on.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ,
I want
guys.
blue
I
balls.
thought you knew me.
Yeah, it would be alien.
Well,
goddamn.
So we're all saying
Avatar.
alien creatures.
it is.
then,
I guess
except for
it is
fucking
sort
donkey
of
here.
an
Donkey
alien,
well, it's an otherworldly thing. It's
a Navi.
a Navi.
a non-
We're getting
human.
technical here.
But in your current form, or would you be in an
Oh,
avatar?
I'd be a
form?
human. No, I would totally be a
So you're
human.
gonna crawl up that
oh yeah.
Navi.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna grab that tail.
Yeah, dude.
Your penis would do nothing. Oh, you don't. They fuck by the ponytail.
Yeah, their tails
Yeah.
intertwined, or is it their hair? Maybe it's. Their
I think
hair.
it's their hair.
Whatever.
Shit is getting
It's all sexy to me. I know. I'm filling up over here. Yeah. Okay,
Getting a chop.
Dandy, thank you so much for coming
thanks,
by.
Danny.
Appreciate it,
We'll
guys.
have you back sometime soon.
Kick ass.
And
Awesome.
thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.